on the record. Today is February 19 of the year Lord 2022. The time now, it is 23 minutes past 11 on the AM. This court is now open and on session under Title 28, U.S. Code Section 636, subparagraph golf, G as in golf, lowercase. Today we are making this video to the attention of the Postmaster of Valencia County here in Los Lunas, New Mexico. And the reason why is because we have received a message that the box is too full, the P.O. box is too full, and they are keeping the alleged correspondence into a basket someplace on the back of the building, which is not where the sender intended to send this correspondence. Therefore, the U.S. Post Office is in violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 1702. And we receive a phone call. This is for the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga, Federal Postal Judge, sui juris, and one of the people, as contemplated on the preambles of the Constitution. The message, we have it here on this phone, and we're going to play this message for the record. And we're going to do this in a brief video here that we are sending to your attention, to the Postmaster of the Los Lunas, New Mexico, Valencia County, for bringing false and misleading representations onto the record and collusion in connection with this fraud, this federal mortgage fraud, in violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 514. For the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga received a phone call indicating or showing or informing or to inform that the box is too full. Well, this is the National American Red Cross in connection with the Comité International of Geneva, Comité International for the Red Cross. And we are going to make a phone call this morning because we're going to schedule a meeting, a telephonic meeting with the Postmaster to bring this to an end, to bring this harassment to an end, because it is harassment and it is violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 1702, which is obstruction of correspondence. The National American Red Cross has paid for a P.O. Box 2441 here in Valencia County, New Mexico, at the post office, and has submitted the information on regard to the name that this box is contracted. This P.O. Box is contracted under the name, the legal name, J. Jesús-Arriaga, and for the record here, to the attention of the Postmaster, we're going to place this document, and this is for the record, where the full legal name has been used, and this is in order to clarify that the wrong mail has been delivered to that box. So when they claim that this box is full, and the contents of that box was checked, the contents, there is no contents on that box. It's empty. If this box is empty, it's because they cannot deliver any documents to that box that are not addressed to J. Jesús-Arriaga. How difficult can that be to understand? J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce paid for that contract on the amount of $59 for P.O. Box 2441 and paid to the corporate United States Postal Service all rights reserved and claim under the Uniform Commercial Code is hereby 1-308, 1-103.6, and 1-109. And it is registered to the Chapter 1308 of the National American Red Cross. Therefore, no other correspondence should be delivered to that box. For the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce went to pick up a document precisely from that post office. This document is presented as forensic evidence that the corporate United States Postal Service know that this is the lawful name, and this document comes from the New Mexico Supreme Court of Law, which is the certification of law, and it clearly reads the name J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce. So now to the postmaster, and here you might want to take a screenshot of this so that you won't have this for the record, because it is on the record. For the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce has been harassed by the New Mexico 13th Judicial District Court on Valencia County. Harassed on an alleged mortgage that never exists. If this mortgage did not exist and the bank says they don't have a contract, this should have stopped a long time ago. However, a lawyer by the fictitious name that it is here on the record, waste. I hope you can read it. And it is addressed to the wrong name. This is not the full legal name, and in all legal matters, the full legal name has to be used. At this point, we're going to make a phone call. I'm going to make an attempt to contact the postmaster. It's 30 minutes past 11 on Saturday, February 19 of the year Lord 2022. And we are going to dial that number for the record. And we are going to make an attempt to straighten this once and for all, because they have an obligation to stop this. To the contrary, there will be forensic evidence that they are colluding on the record by not acting upon a ministerial duty on the witnessing of a constitutional wrong. If the post office wants for the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce to go and get this pieces of mail that are fraudulent claims, it is a violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 1702, and it carries penalty of 5 years imprisonment. That's why these pieces of mail have not been picked up. In other words, they are forcing one of the people to go and pick up this false claim. So we are going to put that on the clear as we speak, and hopefully we can reach the intended person for this purpose.
Thank you for contacting using the Los Lunas Post Office located at 100 Carson Drive Southeast. Our window hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The Los Lunas Post Office does not offer passport services. If you're trying to track a package, you may find information at USPS.com under Track and Confirm. Simply enter your tracking number. If you need to report vandalism or theft of mail, please contact the Postal Inspection Service at 1-877-876-2455. If you need to speak directly to the Los Lunas Post Office, remain on the line and someone will be with you shortly. Thank you for using the United States Postal Service. Please stay on the line while your call is transferred to the operator.
Okay, we're gonna try it one more time. Gonna try it one more time.
Los Lunas Post Office located at 100 Carson Drive Southeast. Our window hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The Los Lunas Post Office does not offer passport services. If you're trying to track a package, you may find information at USPS.com under Track and Confirm. Simply enter your tracking number. If you need to report vandalism or theft of mail, please contact the Postal Inspection Service at 1-877-876-2455. If you need to speak directly to the Los Lunas Post Office, remain on the line and someone will be with you shortly. Thank you for using the United States Postal Service. Please stay on the line while your call is transferred to the operator.
Well, it is obvious that they're not answering, but they are open, and they are not answering. We were going at this point to play a voice recording. And I hope this is the one. Yes, this is the one. We're gonna return it, put it on speaker.
It's for Jesús-Arriaga. Hi, this call is for Jesús-Arriaga. This is the post office, and I just was trying to get a hold of you. We've been holding a bunch of your mail because your box is too full, and we are about to return your mail to sender. So there looks like some important things that I'm sure you might be missing. But if you come in and just ask the clerk for your mail, because your box is too full, so we keep it in a tub outside of your box. But we have lots of mail for you to pick up. And if we don't hear from you within this week, we'll start returning your mail to sender starting on Monday. Thank you.
Okay, now you've heard that the mail is kept out of the box in a basket, therefore is not being delivered as promised in the contract. So this is breach of contract. Breach of contract because if the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce went to the post office, paid money, entered a contract into the full legal name, which is presented here as we show it for the record, and now they have a little problem on their hands. They have a little problem on their hands because they cannot deliver any piece of mail into that box that is not, listen, that is not on to the legal name of the contracting parties, which is J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce and the corporate United States Postal Service. So we have evidence. If I went into my P.O. box, I open it, nothing there, and nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. So now we find out that our mail or this mail has been thrown in a basket outside the intended purchase box contract in which the mail has to be delivered. That's violation of contract. If anyone went to the post office paying for a contract to rent one of the postal boxes, and the post office do not deliver the mail onto that postal box, instead throws it in a basket someplace and puts it on the back of the building, as you heard the testimony of this employee for the corporate United States Postal Service, we have clear evidence of violation of contract. Now, these documents were sent to them, and we have every shred of evidence where the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce made a claim for violation of Title 39, which reads, Title 39, U.S. Code Section 273.1, the purpose of this title. This part establishes procedures for imposing civil penalties and assessments under the Program Fraud Civil Remedies Act of 1986, codified at 31 U.S. Code Section 3801-3812 against any person who makes, submits, or presents, or causes to be made, submitted, or presented a false, fictitious, or fraudulent claim or written statement to the Postal Service, procedures governing the hearing and appeal rights of any person alleged to be liable for such penalties and assessments are set forth in Part 962 of this title. Title 39, 273.2 U.S. Code Section 273.2 on the definition. Claim means any request, demand, offer, or submission made to the Postal Service for property, service of money, including money representing grants, loans, insurance, or benefits, or 2, made to a recipient or property service, or made from the Postal Service to a party to a contract with the Postal Service for property or services of the United States, provided such property or services be provided any portion of the funds for the purchase of such property or services, or C, will reimburse such recipient or party for the purchase of such property or services, or for the payment of money, including money representing grants, loans, insurance, or benefits in the United States, provided any portion of the money requested or demanded, or will reimburse such recipient of the party or any portion for the money paid or such request or demand, or 3, made to the Postal Service, which has the effect of decreasing an obligation to pay an account for property, services, or money. Complaint B refers to the administrative complaint served by a reviewing official on a respondent pursuant U.S. Code Section 273.8. Investigating official refers to the Inspector General of the Postal Services of any designee within the United States Office of the Inspector General who serves in a position for which a rate of basic pay is not less than the minimum rate of basic pay for grade Golf Sierra-15 under the General Schedule. B. Judicial officer refers to the judicial officer or acting judicial officers of the United States Postal Services for the purpose of other than specified U.S. Code Section 962.21 of this title, and designee with the Judicial Officer Department. E. Knows or has reason to know for the purpose of establishing liability under 31 U.S. Code Section 3802 means that with respect to a claim or statement, although no proof of a specific intent to defraud is required, a person 1 has actual knowledge that the claim or statement is false, fictitious, or fraudulent. So now we're going to go back over here to this envelope. And this lawyer has made false and misleading representations onto the record on violation of Title 15 U.S. Code Section 1692E lowercase and F as in Foxtrot, also in lowercase, on an alleged claim of foreclosure. Now, for the postmaster, you need to act up in a ministerial duty on this claim or compound voluntarily to the same constitutional wrong by the malfeasance, misfeasance, and nonfeasance of this claim. For the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce is hereby presenting forensic evidence that the contract was paid to the Corporate United States Postal Service, and that also the United States Postal Service made a receipt onto the full legal name on which this box is contracted for, P.O. Box 2441, Los Lunas, New Mexico. Now, If by their own statements this mail has been deposited in a box someplace other than the box that is intended for the legal purpose, the the corporate United States Postal Service has breached the contract. To the point that no mail on this legal name of the contract has been successfully delivered to the intended box, which is the security box for this Superior Court of Record. So now we have forensic evidence that they have not fulfilled their contract. Instead, they have continued to receive these false and misleading representations favoring these criminals. One of the criminals is the judge, Cindy M. Mercer, which has deliberately continued with this harassment, okay, as an act in deliberate ignorance of the truth or falsely of a claim or statement, or 3, acts in reckless disregard of the truth or falsify the claim or statement. Person refers to any individual, partnership, corporation, association, or private organization. Now, the International Committee for the Red Cross is an intergovernmental organization. The National American Red Cross is an intergovernmental organization. And the corporate United States Postal Service has contracted with a non-governmental organization such as the International Committee for the Red Cross, has received payment from the International Committee of the Red Cross through the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga, and no mail on that name, specifically on that full legal name, has been delivered to that box. You've heard it on the forensic evidence that they claim that this mail has not been delivered and instead has been placed into a basket someplace on the back of the building or wherever it is that they have this basket. The International Committee for the Red Cross did not rent that basket, and if the corporate United States Postal Service is renting those baskets, well, there is no contract to deliver any correspondence into that basket. Therefore, the corporate United States Postal Service is in violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 1702, which is the interference of correspondence. Interference of correspondence carries penalty and is actionable, and the imprisonment is for no more than 5 years. So now to the postal master, please take immediate action to correct the record or be voluntarily compounding to this constitutional wrong. What part is so difficult to understand? Postmaster General refers to the Postmaster General of the United States or his designee. H, presiding officer, refers to the administrative law judge designated by the judicial officer to conduct a hearing authorized by U.S. Code by 31 U.S. Code Section 3803 in accordance with Part 962 of this title. In subparagraph I, respondent, I as in India, respondent refers to any person alleged to be liable for civil penalty or assessments under Title 31 U.S. Code Section 3802. Reviewing official refers to the General Counsel of the Post Office or any designee with the Law Department who serves in a position of which the rate of basic pay is not less than the minimum rate, a basic pay for grade Golf Sierra -16 under the general schedule. On paragraph kilo, lowercase, a statement means any representation, certification, affirmation, document, record, or accounting or bookkeeping entry made 1. With respect for a claim to obtain the approval of payment of a claim, including relating to eligibility to make a claim, or with respect to including relating or to liability for a contract with a bid or proposal for the contract with or a grant, loan, or benefit from the Postal Service or any state political subdivision of a state or other party, if the United States government provides any portion of the money or property under such contract, such grant, loan, or benefit, or in the government will reimburse such state political subdivision or party of any portion or any money or property of such contract or such grant, loan, or benefit. For the record. And these documents were sent by mail. And this is page 5. Now going into page 3, on the part that it is 2.73, Title 39, U.S. Code Section 273.3, liability for false claims and statements. Liability for false claims and statements to this lawyer, which is on this document. So in other words, for the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga went over there to the post office here on Bernalillo, on Valencia County, and say these are false and misleading representations on violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 1692E and F. F is unfair and deceiving practices, and now the post office has colluded into the fraud. And we're going to go over here and read Section 3802 of Title 31. United States Code provides for liability as follows. A. Claims. 1. Any person who makes, represents, or submits or causes to be made, presented, or submitted claim that person knows or has reason to know that is false, fictitious, and fraudulent. In this case, all three. Or includes or is supported by any written statement, assessment of or material fact which is false, fictitious, or fraudulent, or includes or is supported by a written statement that omits material fact, is false, fictitious, and fraudulent as a result of such omission, and it is a statement in which the person making, presenting, or submitting such statements has a duty to include such material fact, or is for payment for the provision of property or services which the person has not provided as claimed, shall be subject to in addition to any other remedy that might be prescribed by law as a civil penalty of no more than $5,500 each such claim. Each voucher, invoice, claim from or other individual request or demand for property, services, or money constitutes a separate claim. A claim shall be considered made, presented, or submitted for the Postal Service recipient or party when such claim is actually made, or to an agent, fiscal intermediary, or other entity, including the state or political subdivision thereof, acting or on behalf of the Postal Service's recipient or party. Each claim for property, service, or money subject to the civil penalty referred to paragraph 1 of this section, regardless of whether such property, service, or money is actually delivered or paid. If the government has made payment on a claim, a person subject to the civil penalty referred to on page A as an alpha and then 1 of this section should also be subject to an assessment of no more than twice the amount of such claim on the amount of that portion thereof it is determined. So in this case, this lawyer claims that for the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Avonce owes $225,000. So how much is $225,000 times 2? Twice the amount, it says right here, twice the amount of such claim. Twice the amount of such claim. So the United States Postal Service has rather colluded with the lawyer and the judge, has refused to enforce this claim, denying the right to a claim and having disregard for the law. It is 12 o'clock now, so they are closed, right? Today is Saturday. And now they wouldn't answer the phone. But these documents were sent via United States Postal Service to you, to the postmaster. And as of today's date, which is February 19 of the year Lord 2022, for the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Avonce, P.O. Box 2441, registered to the American Red Cross, has not received any reply to the claim. Violation of Title 39 on the record, and this trial by record. Now, to be in violation of paragraph A and 1 of this section, to be in violation of paragraph A as in alpha 1 of this section, this statement shall be in lieu of damages sustained by the United States because of such claim. Any person who makes, presents, or submits, or causes to be made, presented, or submitted a written statement that a person knows or has reason to know asserts a material fact which is a false, fictitious, or fraudulent. B is false, fictitious, or fraudulent because it omits material fact that the person making, presenting, or submitting such statement had a duty to include in such statement, and contains, or it is accompanied with an express certification or affirmation of the truthfulness and accuracy of the contents of the statement, shall be subject in addition to any other remedy and might be prescribed by law a civil penalty of no more than $5,500 for each such statement. What part is so difficult for one to understand, Postmaster? Each written representation, certification, or affirmation constitutes a separate statement. A statement shall be considered made, presented, or submitted to the Postal Service when such a statement is actually made to an agent, fiscal, intermediary, or any other entity, including a state or political subdivision thereof, acting or on the behalf of the Postal Service. C. In any case in which it is determined that more than one person is liable for making a claim or statement under this section, the civil penalty referred to in paragraph A and 1 in this section might be imposed on such person without regard to the amount of any penalties collected or demanded from others. in any case in which it is determined that one person is liable for making a claim under this section on which the government has made payment, an assessment might be imposed against any such person or jointly and severally against any combination of such persons to the aggregate amount of the assessments collected with respect to such claim shall not exceed twice the portion of such claim determined to be in violation of paragraph A as an alpha and 1 of this section 52 the Federal Rules 12901, of April 20th of 1987 as amendment at 56 Federal Rules 55825, October 30, 1991, 61F Federal Rules 55750, of October 29, 1996. On that alone, how much is $225 million times 2? That's $450,000 from this lawyer, from these banks, each one of them, and I'm going to read them for the record. The State of New Mexico, County of Valencia, 13th Judicial District Court, case number Delta-1314-Charlie Victor, uppercase, 20-1-01-1-01401, Bank of Albuquerque, $450,000. New Res, LLC, DBA Shell Point Mortgage Servicing, $450,000. Bank of Albuquerque, again, same amount. And Shell Point, Jesús-Arriaga, Avonce, individual and as an executor of the state of Jesús-Arriaga. Now, over here we have a very, very big mistake that they are making. So if J. Jesús-Arriaga Avonce individually and as executor of the state of Jesús-Arriaga, it is here presented as an executor of the state of Jesús-Arriaga, well, there is protection under the Uniform Commercial Code 3-402 as an agent. And the judge should know that. But the judge is an idiot. Cindy M. Mercer is not a judge, does not know anything about the law because she is colluded into this federal mortgage fraud. Listen, Judge, by the time somebody has to bring it to your attention and because of your superior knowledge of the law, you have to act up and you have act up unconstitutionally. If you are a judge sitting on the bench, your job is to administrate the administrative law, and the administrative law says that no agent shall be prosecuted or liable for the fictitious entity, and this is under the Uniform Commercial Code 3-402, which I have over here. 3-402 for the record. Now let's talk a little bit about the inclusio, which is, and it speaks clearly, that the inclusio talks about the fact that you cannot have two of them right here. You cannot have two entities. You have to have one. If one eliminates the other, pursuant, the inclusio, and we're going to put it right here for the record, inclusio, and is going to be read into the record. Inclusio, column, inclusio, unius est exclusio Alterius, the inclusion of one is the exclusion of another. Certain designation of one person is an absolute exclusion of all others. Now, for the record, for the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga, I won't say it's not a person. It's one of the people as contemplated on the preambles of the Constitution, as mentioned, as contained on the record. It's an absolute exclusion of all others. 11, Coke, 58, Bravo, lowercase, Bergin, B, Forbes, 293, Kilo Yankee, period 456, 169, Sierra dot, or period, Whiskey dot, second, 321, 325. For the Superior Court of Record is now giving special instructions or mandatory judicial notice of the law in regard to this code read for the record, and it is hereby compelling the U.S. Postal Service, the Corporate United States Postal Service, and the United States Postmaster to act up in a ministerial duty on the witnessing of a constitutional wrong. And it is on the record. Now, to the Postmaster of the Corporate United States Postal Service, you need to hold that fraud. You need to hold those pieces of mail and all these false and misleading representations onto the record, because they are not intended to the box 2441. For example, this one here reads that it is to 1989 Southwest Maestas, and this is Maestas Drive, Los Lunas, New Mexico 87031. That is not the legal address. That is not the legal address that it is on the contract, because the legal address that it is on the contract is cited on the contract as longitude 34.808390 and longitude 106.761780 as contained on the payment. There is no statement of any legal address to which they continue to deliver this fraud, colluding. This is violation of violation of Title 28 hyphen Charlie Hotel 85-1359 collusion. This is violation of 18 Charlie Hotel uppercase 79-16-1 perjury of oath. This is violation of AUSC 5 due process. This is violation of Title 42-1983 No 349 conspiracy. This is violation of Title 18-241 conspiracy under the color of law. This is violation of Title 18 U.S. Code Section 2381 constructive treason. This is violation of Title 18 Charlie Hotel 79-16-1 perjury of oath. Now, perjury of oath carries a penalty prescribed by Title 18 U.S. Code Section 3571A and B 1 and 2 of $250,000. Now, a federal violation cannot be paid with federal bogus garbage, which is the Federal Reserve note. Federal Reserve note is worthless money. What is called money? When is no money? And no crime can be paid with bogus money. If you wanted to buy a silver dollar today on eBay, it will cost you 144 of those worthless pieces of paper, which is the Federal Reserve note. For the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce has reserved his rights here on the payment. All rights have been reserved under Uniform Commercial Code 1-308, comma, 103.6 and 1-109. Under protest. Cannot perform under any contract. Cannot be compelled to perform under any contract. And now, on this note, before this gets too big for you little monkey brain, Judge, we have read the initial 7 pages, that is, of the claim that was presented to the United Postal Service on violation of Title 39. Title 39, Section 273.1. Now, on the other hand, there is forensic evidence here. We're not going to leave this out. There's forensic evidence that the Privacy Act statement has been violated. It reads, it says personal information may include your name, email, mailing, another business address, phone numbers, or other information that identifies you personally. We do not require you to register or provide personal information to visit our website. Privacy Act statement, your information will be used to facilitate online registration, provide enrollment capability, and for the administration of the internet-based services or feature collection collection is authorized in 39 U.S. Code Section 401, 403, and 404. Providing the information is voluntary, but if not provided, we may not process your registration request. We do not disclose your information to third parties without your consent. How is it that these people got the name? Forensic evidence. Somebody has to give it to them, right? And this is the post office or whoever gave it to them. Now, the post office has noticed that they are using the wrong full legal name. They should have backed up in a ministerial duty, or else they're colluding. We do not disclose your information to third parties without your consent, except to facilitate the transaction. Well, correct the record as we speak right this minute and call these people at the 13th Judicial District Court to let them know that they are in violation of Title 39, Section 273.1, as we read it for the record on this hearing. To act in your behalf or request as a legally required, this includes the following: limited circumstances to a congressional office on your behalf to financial entities regarding financial transactions, issues to a United States Postal Service auditor to entitle, including law enforcement as required by law or in legal proceedings. This is a legal proceeding, and this is supposed to be a legal proceeding. This is not legal. This is illegal proceeding in connection with the false information provided. To entities including law enforcement as required by law or in legal proceedings, and a contractor and other entities aiding us to fulfill the service providers. For more information regarding our privacy policies, visit www.usps.com privacy policy, or see our policy linked to the bottom of this page. Well, we have forensic evidence over here. For this Superior Court of Record has now forensic evidence, and we are asking John Paul Johnson in this case number 1, column 20 dash Charlie Victor dash 00113 Kilo Golf uppercase space Juliet Hotel Romeo uppercase. We are asking the Superior Court of Record for the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Avonce is compelling John Paul Johnson at the Corporate United States District Court for the Corporate District of New Mexico to act up in a ministerial duty in the witnessing of a constitutional wrong, and it is on the record, or compound to the same constitutional wrong by the malfeasance, misfeasance, or nonfeasance as contained on this record. Now, another thing is that we're going to bring this to the record. On the Corporate United States District Court for the Corporate District of New Mexico, case number 1, column 20 dash column Charlie Victor dash 00113 Kilo Golf uppercase Juliet Hotel Romeo uppercase, to the attention of the U.S. Postal Service, Los Lunas, New Mexico territory. Postmaster, please register for the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Avonce as the documentation show enclosed find the law that it will be violated intentionally, with the intention to harm and to be liable onto the record the intention to harm and be liable on the record, alert all parties of the correction of the record and present this claim to the competent authorities regarding the violation of the Privacy Act and proceed accordingly regarding the fraudulent claims presented by all parties from the 13th Judicial District Court, case number 1314 dash Charlie Victor dash 201901401 as contained on the record. This is a self-executing maritime contract. All trespassers are to be prosecuted by the Postmaster General, who is hereby compelled to proceed accordingly and file a report to the Corporate United States District Court for the Corporate District of Corporate New Mexico with the failure to comply is with the fine of $50,000 per day on lawful money minted by the United States Treasury until all matters are resolved on the Superior Court of Records. Sincerely, J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce, or J. Column, Juliet, uppercase, E, lowercase, Sierra, uniform, Sierra, lowercase, dash, uppercase, Alpha, Romeo, India, Alpha, Golf, Alpha, lowercase, column, Alpha, uppercase, Bravo, lowercase, O, Oscar, November, Charlie Echo, period. This video is going to be delivered via email to the post office, to the postmaster. And with this, I am going to close for now. It is already 1 hour. Time goes by really fast. But we have the opportunity to present the fraud on this 1 hour. And until then, we're going to keep this going, this posted, and this is forensic evidence that we are acting in good faith to correct the record, and we are filing a claim. For the Honorable J. Jesús-Arriaga Abonce hereby compels all parties to act upon a ministerial duty on the witnessing of a constitutional wrong, or be self-convicted to the death penalty by the misfeasance, non-feasance, and non-malfeasance on the record.